All right, let's talk about what it really means to be a professional drone pilot in Japan. Today, we're digging into the official safety cycle that every pilot needs to live and breathe. And just so we're clear, this isn't a list of handy tips. This is the complete government-mandated playbook for making sure every single flight is a safe one. So I want you to ask yourself this, and be honest. For your very next flight, are you really prepared? It's so easy to get a little complacent, right? Especially if you're flying in a place you know well. But being a pro means you treat every single flight with the same level of care. So let's look at what that care, that diligence, actually involves. The whole safety process really breaks down into 3 key parts: what you do before the flight, what you do during the flight, and what you do after. It's a continuous loop where each phase is just as important as the last. Let's start right at the beginning. We kick things off with pre-flight diligence, and honestly, this is where the success of your flight is usually decided. The official manual couldn't be clearer on this. The vast majority of drone accidents happen because of one thing: not enough preparation. What you do on the ground before those props ever start spinning is arguably the most critical part of the whole mission. So what does this prep actually look like? Well, it's way more than just drawing a quick line on a map. You have to build a realistic flight plan that takes your drone's capabilities and your own skills into account. Then you have to physically survey the area for any obstacles. And this is a big one. You need to figure out your emergency landing zones before you're in an emergency. The last step is to make it all official by submitting your plan through the Drone Information Infrastructure System. And this is all homework you have to do before you even leave the house. You've got to check the absolute latest weather, of course. But you also need to dig into any local rules that might be in place. Is there any temporary emergency airspace active that you need to know about? Answering these questions isn't optional. It's about building a complete mental picture of the environment you're about to enter. Okay, now you're on site, almost ready to go. It's time for the final checks, and this is a 2-part process. Obviously, the drone itself needs a meticulous inspection. You're looking for any damage, any loose parts, the whole 9 yards. But just as important, the manual stresses that you have to check yourself. Are you tired? Are you feeling 100%? Because your judgment is key. Even your clothes matter, identifying you as the pilot, and making sure you have all your documents, like your license and logbook, ready to go. So, your prep is done, you're cleared for takeoff, and the drone is in the air. Now we shift into phase 2. Your job description just changed from planner to observer. Your preparation got you into the sky safely. Your mindset is what's going to keep you there. You know, this might be one of the most powerful ideas in the entire official guide. It's all about mindset. A professional pilot's goal is not to prove how skilled they are by navigating a tricky situation. Nope. Their job is to see that trouble coming from a mile away and simply avoid it. The best flight is a boring flight. It's always better to evade a risk than to prove you can fly through it. So how do you avoid that risk? It really all comes down to this core principle. Forget about all the fancy tech for a moment. The manual makes it clear that a shocking number of accidents happen for a very simple reason. The pilot wasn't paying close enough attention. Your own eyes and your undivided focus are the best safety features you have. So what does monitoring actually mean in practice? It means your head is on a swivel. You're constantly scanning for everything you see here, other aircraft, power lines, people, cars, even a flock of birds. And the manual is very specific about this. Those automated collision avoidance systems are great tools, but they are never, ever a replacement for your own vigilance. All right, the drone is back on the ground safely. Mission accomplished, time to pack up, right? Not quite. For a pro, the job isn't finished until the paperwork is done and the gear is put away properly. This is the final phase, post-flight discipline. After every single flight, you have 3 non-negotiable duties. First, you inspect the aircraft again for any new damage or wear. Second, you store the drone and its batteries safely. And finally, you have to complete your flight log. And remember, for certain flight categories, logging your flight isn't just good practice. It's a legal requirement that you have to take care of right away. And that's what brings this whole thing full circle. That post-flight inspection you just did, well, that's really just the first step in your pre-flight diligence for the next mission. You see, safety isn't a single event. It's a continuous cycle of preparation, vigilance, and discipline. So the real question isn't just, are you prepared for this one flight, but is your entire process built for safety every single time?